All right, good morning, everyone. Let's keep going. All right, Friday session, big snapback from the losses that we saw on Thursday. So we had the biggest spike on the VIX in well over a year on Thursday, and then I think we had the biggest drop in the VIX in about a year on Friday, which is really exciting. Nasdaq rallying as much as over 1.5%. Stocks pretty much closing on the highs. Basically, back to all-time highs on most of the indexes. Just a big swing around. This is the second time this has happened in about 3 weeks now, where we've had a big spike in volatility, a big spike in fear for one day, and then the next day, the political situation kind of calms itself. They got over the whole plane getting shut down incident on Thursday and realized probably it wasn't going to create a real catastrophe in global politics. So we rallied hard on Friday. There's also been a boost from the earnings space out of the States. I mean, most of the companies that have come out so far have beat, and have beat nicely. We had Google and IBM with both came out with positive earnings releases on I think Thursday after hours and then Friday. And we've had a spate of others that have been really solid as well. So we've just been able to continue to kind of push higher and had a little bit of reinforcement because of positive earnings season as well. All right. In Asia, we had a bit of mixed action. We had Aussie that was up, and then we had Shanghai, Hang Seng that were down a bit, but no significant moves. Maybe a bit of a disappointment after the U.S. session on Friday. The bottom line is, I think the market just kind of still in wait and see mode at the moment after the last 2 days of real heavy volatility in the States. People kind of wanting to wait and see what's going to happen. We've had copper prices that have fallen probably as much as 5 or 6% over the past week, and we started to see Rio Tinto and some of these other diversified miners start to come off on the back of that. We also had some of the airlines in China that put a little bit of pressure on the index there, but not a whole lot of leadership there with Tokyo closed for a holiday. All right. Interesting little chart here. This shows the non-incumbent and incumbent midterm years, and I think interesting to show that the presidential cycle of weakness from June to September non-incumbent midterm years, which we're at the moment. And you can see there that we start to hit a little bit of a weakening cycle on average at this point in time in the year. So maybe just another little interesting statistic to look at, but probably means absolutely nothing. All right. If we look here, this morning we had Anglo Platts, which came out with earnings. That's relative to Bloomberg expectations. So they came out with a trading statement a few days ago. Obviously, we knew these numbers were going to be a little bit soft, and you can see their expectations. 45 cents came in at 60, and for earnings came in or was expecting at 26 billion, came in at 27.9. So maybe a little bit better there, but. We've got Halliburton that's going to come out today before the States opens, and then we've got Texas Instruments just after. All right, market data. This is actually going to be an important week for market data, starting off with on Tuesday, really with some of the bigger data points, and then finishing, I believe, with the durable goods orders on Friday. So we have to keep an eye out for that. But today, a little bit light. We've got PPI out of Germany. We've got industrial sales and orders out of Italy. And then we've got the Fed net activity index at 2:30. So like I said, a little bit light today, but going to be a reasonably data-heavy week. So just keep an eye out for that. Keep that in mind, that there's going to be a lot going on between that and earnings this week. All right, let's get into the maps. Okay, the first couple we're going to show are charts from Friday that we actually looked at that hadn't really fully happened yet, but really finally played out. The first one is Kumba. We talked about this thing flagging, a little bear flag down to or up towards support. up toward resistance and failing. And you can see there we dropped out the bottom of flag support on Friday. Not a huge move, but market really rallied hard into the end of the day, and this one wasn't able to really bounce. The fact that we closed below 340, I think, is significant, and I think we can at least test the recent lows, but more likely, I think we're going to get down and test maybe 300 over the next few weeks. The other one that we showed was Impalas, and obviously we know this thing broke down quite a while ago, but we really dropped the lows, mostly for a year. Also a few sessions ago, a nice little rally, and then taking out the low from only maybe 2 weeks ago down here at 107, and took it out in style. We traded down to 103 offer at one point. I think we closed a shade below 104, and actually probably expect potential for a second day play there today. Definitely probably starting to weed out some of the soft holders here that have been sitting on the long side trying to catch this falling knife, or drifting knife, I should say. And yeah, I definitely think that we've got a target of at least 100 and below here in the near term in Impalas. All right, RIMGRO, you can see here RIMGRO really punching through yesterday, or on Friday, sorry, to new all-time closing highs yet again. Kind of keeping in line with some of these other stocks, especially some of the diversifieds. You can see here that we've been in a real consolidation phase between, call it 227 and 232. It's only about a 5 Rand range for the better part of a month. We're breaking out to the upside in that, and we're probably going to look for a move up to around 237, only really out of the back of that, and really finish the bigger part of this move here, the breakout from that we had back here at around $210, and this the channel from 180 to 210. So I think we'll kind of complete the move to the target here on the upside on the breakout of this little consolidation with RIMGRO. All right, and then the last one we're going to show here is actually Truworths. Truworths, you can see here on a trading statement on Friday, softer than expected, really sold down hard, and that sold down hard on the back of a strong finish in our market. I think that this is, to me, looks a little bit like a continuation here, and probably has another $3 or $4 of downside in this thing, and possibly we could even come down here and test the lows of the year on Truworths down around 66 on this breakdown. I think this thing's got to get above 72.50 for it to have any chance to rally over the next few sessions. We obviously closed more or less down close to the lows of the day, and we may start to see a little bit of feed through into shares like Foschini. If we talked about this one on Friday, and the fact that this one really dropped hard out of support. Or out of trend support. Sorry, let me just get that back into the picture. After a failure to really break above this 117 level, and really what the highs have been for the last year in Foschini. So Foschini could be a nice, interesting play. We did rally here at the end of the day with the rest of the market in Foschini, and that could be setting us up for a nice opportunity to fade this one after it's dropped support on the back of those softer Truworth numbers yesterday, or on Friday. Thanks a lot. Happy trading.